Christion Willett here, the voice of my generation. Today we're going to be talking about some of the biggest things I learned in 2022 that's going to help you elevate in 2023. Remember, this is the YouTube channel where we're going to motivate, educate, and elevate our mindset, our goals, and our dreams so that we could be successful together. Make sure that you hit that like and subscribe to help me change 1 billion lives. I need your help. So I'm going to get straight into it. Here are the 3 biggest things that I learned in 2022 that's really going to help me elevate in 2023, and I bet it'll do the same for you. The first thing I want to talk about is getting over heartbreak, right? Healing properly. I think last year it was so hard for me because I was struggling with healing. I would go through so many losses, losing friends, losing family members, losing opportunities, losing money. And I would be dealing with these heartbreaks in the most unhealthy way, trying to just not think about them, trying to act like they never happened, trying to just, keep pushing myself through it. But the biggest thing that you got to understand, you got to really deal with your heartbreak. You got to sit down and you got to think about what happened, and you got to evaluate the situation. And then you got to ask yourself, how can you level up from it? You got to pray about it. You got to seek help. I think that's one of the biggest things I learned in 2022 was I was seeking help. I went to my counselor. I went to my friends, my family, my loved ones, and they was giving me advice instead of just holding it all in. So the biggest thing that you got to know about healing is it's a process. It takes time. You're not just gonna heal in one day. A bad thing might happen to you, but it may take months, it may take days, it may take weeks. It's no telling the process. It just depends on how hard it affected you. So I think in 2022, that's the biggest thing I learned for this coming up year is knowing how to heal properly, knowing how to handle certain situations that may have broke my heart, people walking out my life, losing a loved one, knowing how to properly heal so that I can be successful for the next time it comes, so I can be ready for the adversity and I can take it on better. The second biggest thing I learned in 2022 was taking control of your mental state. You have to take control of this. You have to take control of your mind every single day. So many times in 2022, I will be having a great year, moving fast, making things happen, moving successful, but then I had that one bad thought and it'll knock me out for a whole week. It'll knock me out for a whole couple of days because now that one bad thought turned into life. It turned into reality because I was thinking it. I was thinking, oh, what if I'm not good enough to do this? Or, oh, this is not gonna happen for me. And I almost lost opportunities and that bad things was happening because I was thinking them. Because sometimes when you don't take control of your thoughts, when you don't take control of your mind, it can overtake you, it can overwhelm you. So the biggest lesson I learned was being in control of your mind, being humble, just always being patient with yourself, loving yourself, knowing what you need so that you can be successful. Take control of your mind, speaking positivity to yourself. Thoughts are not real. Like, your thoughts are not real. Words are real. Life is real. Actions are real, but it starts up here. So sometimes when we think thoughts that are bad, we make them true. So what you got to do is transform your thoughts, transform your mind so that good things can happen in reality. So good things can come out your mouth, because it starts with the head, then it comes out the mouth, and then the reality of it happens. So try to make sure you only speak in positive. Don't speak negative. Just because other people complaining, don't complain with them. Just keep positive thoughts. Take control of your mind. That's another way you're gonna level up in 2023. The last thing I got for you is don't let a bad situation or a bad experience tear you down for the rest of the year. So just because something bad happened to you in January, don't let that drag on to July, all the way to October to December. No, just because something bad happened to you, you just gotta learn from it. And you gotta see, what was God teaching me, right? What's the lesson I could have learned from this? Sometimes we let one bad experience ruin our whole future, right? You let one bad relationship ruin the next relationship you might get in. You let one bad business deal stop you from even trying to even keep having a business. You let bad relationships and things come into your life, and now you got a whole bad experience. Don't let bad experience or negative people tear down what you have for your life, what God has for you in your life. So one thing that I learned in 2022 was it was certain situations that bad things would happen to me, and I would just say, well, you know what, I'm not gonna do that again, or I don't want to experience that anymore, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. But no, it was just a bad experience, a bad situation. You got to find new experiences. You got to find new ways to love yourself. You got to find new people that's gonna love on you. You got to find new opportunities that's actually good for you, instead of just settling and saying, man, this is a bad experience, I'm giving up for the rest of the year. Don't let a bad bad experience ruin your whole year just because something bad happened to you one day, right? One day, one bad moment does not dictate 364 other days in your life. So don't let a bad experience ruin your whole mood in life for 2023. All right, those are the tips that I have to leave you with. Remember, Christion Willett, the voice of my generation, right? Make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate you all. I'm out.